How does someone learn to love themselves if for most of their lives they've been beating themselves up, speaking poorly to themselves, discounting their abilities, and hating themselves internally?
Yeah.
How do they shift that into loving themselves?
I really, first of all, empathize with that individual. I can not even imagine how it must come from a place of great, perhaps, pain, suffering, deprivation, hardship, going back years, going back years. I mean, Mother Teresa came and gave a commencement address at Harvard University, and she said, people have told me here that, Mother, what are you doing in this country? Because, we don't have as many hungry people, or poor people here as you do back there. So, all that. And of course, painfully so, the reality is different today. There are a number of, physically hungry and poor people, today, perhaps even more so, than her time. But she said, I do see, poverty. I do see hunger. I see a great hunger for love. And she said, go back to your homes, each of you graduates, and find the person who is most hungry for love and give them your love. Wow. And so my prayer to all of us is, first of all, pay attention to those individuals, the kinds that you've just mentioned, who may be hurting, and you never know what has happened in their career and life that has caused them to perhaps live with this deprivation and grapple with it. But there is hope, and there is possibility, and there is a path for all of us, and certainly for those that you mentioned as well. And I would say, first, develop a relationship with nature.
Yes.
Develop a relationship with nature. Go to parks, go to the national parks, go to just take a walk, in a place laden with flowers and the open sky, and just feel that connection with the universe. And intuitively, if you can free your mind from the affairs of the day and the inner self-talk where you flagellate yourself, you beat yourself up, if you can free your mind, even for a moment or two, in that walk in nature, you will feel love from the universe coming to you.
It's true.
You will feel part of a universal plan. You are not alone. Nothing in this universe is separate from anything else. You will feel an intuitive capacity, as I have as a child sometimes, lying on the lawns of my home late in the evening at night, looking at the stars. You will feel like the stars are talking to you. It's a painting in the sky that has been made for you. And so that's my one suggestion. Another might be that see if you can take on some practice of mindfulness or meditation. There's a reason why today it has started to become, very invested in by psychotherapists, who are starting to inculcate it in some of their psychotherapy work. And having been intrigued about it from the age of 10, but ultimately getting disciplined about it only in my early to mid 30s. And finally now, 20 years later, feeling the blessing of what it has accrued for me in these years, I can only tell you it's the, I say it in the book, it's like the most perfect drug.
Right.
It's a perfect drug.
It's free drug.
It's free.
Yeah.
It has no side effects.
Yeah.
No side effects. As opposed to drugs, which sometimes you get immunized, after you keep using them.
Yes.
This thing actually gives you more and more rewards over time. The more you do it, the more next time you do it, it'll be an even more focused and more rewarding kind of outcome.
Yes.
So see if you can take on a practice like that. Don't expect results on the first day or the second day. Surrender to it, do the practice, make sure it's a good teaching path. And then over time, you will see how it will just shift and completely change your connection with yourself. Your whole sense of self will just get to go through such a joyous transformation.
Yes.